occurring around the age of 50, the menopause is defined as the end of menstruation for 1 year, linked to the end of female hormonal secretions, progesterone and estrogen, by the ovaries. It is often preceded by a variable length period known as the perimenopause. At the menopause, although menstruation has stopped, many women experience a series of unpleasant symptoms, such as hot flashes and sleep disturbances, the famous climacteric syndrome. The menopause is therefore a time of change in a woman's life. It is often approached with apprehension because it is not always a pleasant experience and can often be a source of suffering. The link between stress and the menopause is rarely discussed, simply because it is generally assumed that the menopause is a normal stage in a woman's life and that she should just get on with it. This is obviously a mistake when it comes to dealing with the issue. The menopause is a double stress factor for women. The first stress factor is society's cultural image of the menopause for women. In our Western societal model, the menopause is associated with something very negative. Women suddenly age, they pass a milestone, they lose the ability to procreate and ultimately to create. In this Western societal model, women are truly devalued. It's a very negative thing. The woman loses her femininity. The woman loses her sexuality, and all this is sacralized in the loss of her fertility. So it's easy to understand why the menopause is a stressful time and a stress factor for women. The second stress factor is the link between female sex hormones and the changes that occur in our bodies at the menopause. We know that there is a close link between the central nervous system and female sex hormones. There is a phenomenon of neuromodulation. Female hormones interact with certain neurotransmitters in the voice, serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. These are neurotransmitters that influence mood, but also on anxiety. So there is a psycho-emotional impact. Female sex hormones, such as estrogen, also play a role in maintaining a healthy cardiovascular system and healthy bone tissue. So it's easy to understand why all these hormonal changes, which first appear in a phase of imbalance, fluctuation, and then cessation, are a stress factor for our bodies. First of all, rest assured that it is entirely possible to get through this stage while maintaining physical and psychological harmony. First of all, we need to change the way Western society views the menopause. Women experience this stage in direct relation to the mirror society holds up to them, so it's very important to change things. Fortunately, things are changing, but there's still a long way to go. We also need to take into account the psycho-emotional sphere, which is all too often forgotten. Taking your stress and anxiety into account will have a positive impact on how your body feels afterwards. But to do this, we can support ourselves and give way to complementary approaches, such as micronutrition and aromatherapy. We can mention plants that have a hormone-like effect, enabling us to work on hormonal imbalance. But we mustn't forget the fight against stress and its associated symptoms, such as sleep disorders and anxiety. Magnesium is often a precious aid in this respect. We can also rely on essential oils and essences, such as bergamot, ylang-ylang, and damask rose, to help us cope better with this stage, to feel less stressed, less anxious, and more self-accepting.